My guest today is Eric Vaughn from Charleston Detail. Eric is a pro detailer from Charleston, South Carolina. He's also a business owner, a content creator. Eric is also a professional musician. Eric has quickly built a 32,000 followers Instagram account promoting his detailing services and reviewing car care detailing products. In this episode, you can expect to learn more about Eric's story, his plan for 2025, a few of his favorite products, and we also talk about content creation. Finally, Eric is a true gentleman. I really enjoyed our conversation and I hope you do too. So Eric, I want to tell you first off, I really enjoy your content. It looks really good, well produced.
Thank you
Your
so much.
Instagram seems like it's blowing up recently. Did you start producing detailing content this year?
I did. So I started it earlier this year at the beginning of the year and really began my journey learning how to make reels and make content for my detailing business. So
It looks pretty. Some of those looks highly produced. Do you want to tell me how do you prepare for those and what goes into the preparation to produce such a high level like short video?
yeah, absolutely. So they've definitely evolved. It's been a process, and my first videos were not very good. I still every couple of weeks feel like they're kind of leveling up, and I won't like the ones that I saw a couple of weeks ago. But I guess that's kind of anything in life, right? It's slowly improving a little bit at a time. But yeah, it's just really watching other YouTubers, other filmmakers, and content creators, and really trying to take what people are doing in other niches really well. Some in detailing, but there's some great creators in tech and um, in fields like that really are great at content creation and filmmaking. And I thought, hey, how can we take that and kind of bring in some of those higher level, tactics or techniques rather.
Yeah. So you got inspired by just being a viewer at first, and now you got maybe involved into a contest, and you want to go to the next level, right?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. That I just like creating something that's engaging. When we're learning information, no matter what it is, it's always easier to learn and more fun when it's in an engaging, fun way. And so I thought, how can I take some of the same stuff that maybe other people are presenting, or that good ideas that I have, and just make it more engaging. And so, yeah, I try to come up with different hooks or different ways that maybe could get people to watch a little bit longer or watch
Yeah.
it all.
So the content of today is the bar has been raised, and it's so tough to get to be different or like get ahead in the content creation. It's really tough nowadays. It's
For sure.
people are working really hard, and I can tell in your short content that you're doing a great job. It from me being a creator myself, I can notice the work that goes into those videos, and I can tell you're doing really really good.
Thank you, Frank. I appreciate it. Same. I really enjoy yours. Likewise.
Thank you, thank you. So now before we spoke earlier, you told me that you want to maybe move onto something else, maybe YouTube.
Yes. So my goals for 2025 are to shift my focus a little bit more toward YouTube, or a lot more toward YouTube, and sort of have Instagram be my secondary platform, so that most of the content will sort of trickle down from there and support my longer form content on YouTube.
So you want to get into the long form. I've seen your giveaway when you get behind the camera, and you're doing really really good. So that's why I reached out. I was
Yeah.
hoping that maybe you would go into the long form content because you got all it takes from my end.
Well, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's only so much you can say in 90 seconds in a reel, and so definitely want to be able to get into the longer form content. Share more in depth information, stuff you just can't do in a short period of time. Also have a couple plans in works to do some behind the scenes with some different companies that I'm working with. So, just kind of share people a different perspective, or maybe things they wouldn't be able to normally see. So yeah, big plans.
Good. So let's talk about it. You seem like you have a lot of brands working with you on your Instagram right now. So do you want to elaborate on that?
Sure. I think anytime you can be genuine and share something that you personally are passionate about, whether it be other brands or interests, people really connect with that. And so something I've always tried to do is be authentic with things that I truly liked and brands that I actually really used and supported. And of course, there's new ones that come around. But so initially, I just started by making content about brands and products I really liked, and some over time that kind of garnered a little bit of attention from some of these companies. So I've been very fortunate through the Grand Ambassador program and just through making content that I've been able to form these relationships. And so, and I feel in business in general, but definitely content creation, the more partnerships and collaborations you can do, the better. It puts more eyeballs on your content, on the company's product, and just really helps everybody.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's always good to have good relationships in the long run. But before we go any further, how did you, when the passion for detailing started? Maybe not when we always start with a first car. So
Sure.
how did it start for you?
Well, with me, it was well before my first car. So my best friend growing up came from a huge car family, had a bunch of classic cars. They would go to every race that would be nearby, some that weren't close by. From at that time, I guess the Formula Series was the IndyCar series at that time. So they would go to everything from Indy races to NASCAR. And I was usually brought along, and so kind of learned their passion for cars at a very young age. Really probably started detailing like 8, 9, 10 with them. And so of course at that time I'm older than some of the detailers that are prevalent in the industry, but in the early 90s and late 80s, things like that, the products just weren't quite the way they are now. There's much more limited. I think in that time, Armor All and brands like that were still kind of reigning supreme. You had Turtle Wax and things like that. So you didn't have a plethora of all these soaps and stuff like that. But yeah, it started at an early age, washing their 66 GTO and everything from our parents' cars to the lawnmower. We definitely waxed the lawnmower more than once.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Toro.
I said we were obsessed washing and detailing at a young age. Absolutely. So that just really kind of fostered my love for it, and just learning to take care of stuff. Everything from, like I said, our cars and lawnmower to our sneakers and stuff like that. So that kind of carried through. And of course, when I got my first car, learning to be able to detail it myself and stuff like that better was of course a passion.
So did you end up doing like professional work at some point?
Yes. So I started that at the beginning of 2023, or excuse me, 2024, beginning of this past year. So that's when I started doing it professionally, outside of just customers here and there, friends,
Family,
like
friends of friends.
yeah. So I've been obvious most of my life, and kind of doing jobs here and there.
Like part-time, like
Correct.
part-time before. Okay, got
Absolutely. So it became more of a full-time job at the beginning of last year, for sure.
it. Okay, cool. And I've seen your promo video with, I guess you had Fitman, the Fitman camera guy.
Yeah.
Is that his name? That's really well done. With the Bronco video?
Yes, he's phenomenal. And so I was fortunate to run into him. He was reaching out to a number of business owners in Charleston and doing some film work. And so it wasn't that video, but one I did before that, or two films before that, were with him. And so he did some promotional work, and it really made me realize the traction that you could get, especially when you're a new business. It's kind of like when you're the new kid at school or the new business in town. You've got a little bit more attention right away. And so I feel like as a business owner, anytime you can capitalize on that attention right away, they say that success loves speed. And I think that's no exception in detailing, especially if you're new and you can kind of just use that momentum and keep going. And so the first one he did for me, I noticed that it garnered a lot of attention. And so my goal from there forward was to, how can I keep focus and attention in a positive way and just keep moving while establishing a good brand, right? Because if you establish it in a poor way, it's really tough to ever change that perception of your brand.
So he did not only do the video itself, did he promote it to some degree?
He just would also post. He posted it on his page, so it was collaborative post on both his and mine.
Okay, so just the video itself that you got from it really helped you out quite a bit. Is that right?
It did. It got quite a few clients just right off the bat,
Okay.
and then helped with referrals from there. So yeah, definitely showed me that this is a good thing. I need more video content. Video is king.
Yeah, it looked really professional. So I guess that's the right image towards potential customers.
Sure. Yeah. Well, and it definitely got attention and kept it. So I had him do. He's done 3 videos for me at this point.
Okay.
My promo, and then he I actually did 2 for the rag company with me. So I did a kind of a Halloween unboxing, and then one that was, yeah, you might have
That one
saw
was good.
it, which
That's
was just
cool.
a way of me thinking, hey, people do unboxings all the time. How can I make something that's traditionally sort of interesting, very interesting? And at least this what was my attempt.
Yeah, yeah, and your Christmas one is also very good. It's the idea is good, but the editing work is something else. How long can it take you to make a video like this, like the Christmas one? Like you got so many short clips in there.
Sure. Yeah, it can definitely vary, and I've gotten faster. I really started, like I was telling you earlier, getting into it about March. So when I started making videos and reels, but I dove in pretty deep down the rabbit hole and trying to figure out better editing techniques. Initially, it could take me 8 or more hours, even on the editing, um, and
Yeah,
that's
initially.
on a shorter one. Now it's gotten faster. So I'd say on most of my 90-second reels, it's about maybe 4 hours or so in editing, and then
Oh,
then maybe
wow.
another hour or 2 in filming. So
Okay.
it's fairly time consuming for if to do a lot of quick cuts and transitions and sound effects and things like that. But
Yeah,
I think it makes a difference.
yeah, it seems like you're using CapCut.
Yeah, so I'm using CapCut Pro currently, and I do really like it. I think the next logical step is going like Final Cut Pro, or maybe one of those. I definitely am noticing some of the limitations as I'm trying to dial some stuff in, but it
Oh,
does a lot.
really?
Yeah. What do you currently use?
I'm using the same CapCut Pro from the beginning.
Yeah, yeah. I do really like it, and I've become very familiar with it. So it's um, yeah,
Yeah, that's the easiest. Well, when I researched it at first, because I have no video background, and I ended up on CapCut. It was free, and the free software early on was much more complete, and
yeah.
they started to add the some of the feature that they reserved it for the pro version only. So I eventually got into the pro version, but I'm used to it. It's really easy. It works on a laptop. It wasn't a water screen. I mean, it's for me. I don't see any. I don't need more than that, especially for the long form. You don't want to. You don't need as much uh, moving stuff like on the IG stuff, like on the IG videos. By the way, my friends, follow Eric on YouTube at Charleston Detail. And this week, I want to talk about one of my favorite products, Clean by Pan shampoo. This has become quickly one of the best shampoo in my opinion. So you can learn more about it on thehouseofrags.com and .ca, and you can use the coupon code DOGMA to save you some money. Where is your business at after the first year? Maybe during the first year?
Yeah. So I was pleasantly surprised with how quick it took off. Charleston is a good economy. It's good for detailers. A lot of high end cars, a lot of cars, a lot of people. So while we do have a number of detailers in Charleston, I think there's plenty of work for everyone, more than enough. So it's definitely took off. I've got a pretty good network that I was able to reach out to and help grow just from living in Charleston and doing other businesses. So I've tried to leverage that and use that to help me grow. Use social media and things like that, and it's taken off.
And it's in Charleston is in North Carolina, right?
Charleston's in South Carolina.
South Carolina. Okay, so you can detail all year long.
Yeah, you can. Although it's a little cold for me right now. It's just like down to 50.
Oh,
Um,
down to 50. Okay, that
although
cold.
last it was still 70, so I was wearing shorts and t-shirt outside it. Charleston's a funny place weather-wise.
is the demand for details goes down a little bit at this time of the year, or
I
Not
think
much.
so. I think it's like anywhere. It's a little bit seasonal. There's a dip down, but then, if you can leverage coatings and things like that, then that definitely takes off. But I think during the summer, it's just like fitness. People are going to be more interested in keeping a clean car, and people can see it more, and they're out and using it and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good point.
So you're in Canada, correct?
Yeah, Quebec,
You quit. Very nice.
Montreal. Yeah,
I
and
actually have
here is
two
what's
Canadian
that?
cousins. I have two Canadian cousins actually who used to live in Montreal years ago, but I don't know where they are
Really?
now. I think one of them's back in the state. There's in the States, but yeah.
They came here for work?
No, they're Canadian. Their father is Canadian and mother is from South Carolina. So
Okay.
no, they're Canadian, spent their life in Canada. But I think one of them's now married to an American, so he's down here, and haven't kept up as well with him over the years. But
Yeah, that's cool. You can when you have the two citizenship, there's something you can do, and you can move up and down. But if you don't have like a real relative in the US, for us it's really hard to go there more than 6 months.
okay, so that's how he might do that since he has the dual
Yeah,
citizenship.
I guess he had the two citizenship. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've heard
So
dual
he's
citizenship.
you're an American and you're Canadian at the same time, like a hockey player or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so that's good. That's good. I've been a couple of times in the US. I wish I could go more, but yeah, now I'm focused with the young family.
Okay, and so you have how many kids?
I got two.
That's
My
wonderful.
my daughter is almost 3 now, and my boy is almost 5. Yeah, so 3 and 5 pretty much.
Hands full then.
Yeah, very very busy and a lot
Yeah,
of work and patience.
sure,
Gotta raise them right.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And so this time of year, does it you find it dips down for you?
Oh
Because
yeah.
okay,
Yeah. Pretty much. So I do this like part time, friends and families,
yeah,
friends of friends, and well, I don't really push it around too much, but with the snow and ice, the weather is just terrible. I don't know if you've been in the Northeast, like Boston or maybe Vermont.
sure.
It gets really trashy outside, and it's really hard to upkeep your car with the snow, ice, and the road are so dirty. If you do a detail, the same day it's finished.
So then people aren't really detailing the exteriors this time of year. It's no
Yeah,
point.
no. So you and me can see the value in keeping up with the maintenance, but the regular Joes they don't.
Yeah, because
So
there's no.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they say that to themselves. So, but you'll I don't know, maybe a car wash will work. Will get the work because if you go at a gas station, you'll see a lineup in the back for the automatic car wash. Those work well. They're like between 12 and $16 for a car wash.
Okay.
And
You
after
know,
the snow is gone and temperature are drying out for maybe a couple days, there'll be a big lineup over there. So it's like this: you get a couple of days of snow and then it dries up. You're good for 3 to 5 days, and then it comes back.
yeah. But
But
you probably get a lot of paint correction work in the spring when.
yeah. So everybody gives you a phone call in starting in March. So the early adopters, the people that feel the summer coming really soon, they call you in March, April and May. It is starting up real good, and it goes down or it's stabilized around July. When we spoke earlier, you said that you had a background. Maybe you started to do some content creation for your music background. You want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've spent most of my adult life as a performing musician. In fact, I still play a couple nights a week, help supplement and things like that. But yeah, so I have a music page and would try to promote that and spread that. Now I wasn't making reels, so that was something newer and something I wasn't comfortable with. But with video just being so much more powerful, it was kind of important to learn that.
So you're like DJing or something like that?
And no, I'm an instrumentalist and a singer. So I play music actually. Not the DJs
That's
don't
cool.
play music, but I'm creating the music. So yeah, I'm usually a front man and singing, playing guitar. But I have a bachelor's in music, and studied that in undergrad. And
That's
so,
very cool.
so yeah, play a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I've seen maybe one of your posts that you were like in a restaurant or something.
Oh yeah, sometimes I'll post some of that. Regular weekly gigs. A lot of times I'll post one for my Sunday gig. I play downtown.
That's
Um,
cool.
but yeah, Charleston's got it's a big wedding location, so there's a lot of weddings in town, a lot of corporate events, and so primarily I find myself doing a lot of those nowadays. But still play some bars. Just try not to do the later ones as much as I can. It's tough to do, work details all day and play really late at night. But
Yeah, I guess so. You wake up early. You message me like 2 days ago at 7 a.m. This morning at 7 a.m.
I
You
think
wake up early.
I was up at 4 this morning. Yeah, I would.
4.
Yeah, if
Wow.
I don't stay up late, I usually wake up pretty early. I'm a pretty early riser, and so I'll usually get up and edit for a couple hours and then work out and start my day. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I find you can get a lot of work done when it's quiet and people haven't gotten up and started calling you and things like that. So if I can get up a couple hours before everybody else and get cranking, it's definitely starts my day better
Get to work early and you're more productive in the morning.
for sure. What about yourself, Frank? You a morning person or?
No, I'm a late guy, late
Okay.
night
I
guy. Yeah.
was about to say with the kids, you might have to be a morning guy.
Yeah, so I'm kind of both now. But with the kids, yeah, obviously you have to wake up earlier. Maybe now they're doing much better at around 8 maybe.
Okay.
But when they were younger, they would come to my bed around like 6:30, and now I send them back and they accept it.
Yeah. Okay. They're old
They
enough.
have to. Yeah, I go to sleep late, but the mother, my wife gets up earlier for them on the weekends.
So you can trade off a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. So it seems like you're detailing a lot of pickup trucks. Seems like your page is full of big trucks.
It's funny you say that because I do sometimes feel like that there's a private message out letting everyone that has a truck know that that's what I detail. No, but yeah, I guess a lot of people in Charleston. There's a lot of contractors and things like that down here too. There's a lot of new construction and stuff. But yeah, it does seem that way. So
You like to do them?
I don't mind. I don't mind them. I'll tell you, when I finally do have a small vehicle, it does make it seem very quick. But yeah, it's just I've gotten used to it. But yeah, the big trucks.
Yeah, for me, I'm not a big fan of those big pickup trucks, and they don't fit in my garage. They're too long.
Oh yeah, true. And I mean, I'm definitely doing those outside. Um,
Yeah, for print correction, you gotta set a couple hours in front of you to do the whole job.
yeah, get started early. I fortunately have a couple locations that I can use if I need to really take a large vehicle. But yeah, the big trucks definitely won't fit in here. Using a platform to get over them. I'm a pretty tall guy, and I still struggle with some of these guys.
That's cool. So this year you have been trying. I've seen your page is full of brands, full of products. So do you want to tell me? Is there a couple products that pique your attention mostly out of the other products?
Yeah, big fan of Coach Shimmy. I even actually went to do some training with them back in August because I've been such a believer in their products. Really big fan. Um, Gentle Snow Foam or GFX at Christmas time. That's kind of one of my go-tos. But a number of other brands, Geist. Really been a fan of their leather products. Been kind of watching them. Um, Yum Cars is another brand, actually out of the UK, that's coming to the US or is now new. I think House of Rags maybe it might have picked them up recently. Um,
Okay,
is that correct?
I'm I'm not sure. I know the Carzilla has Yum Cars, but it never really, from my point of view, it never really got popular.
Never took off.
No,
Yeah, yeah,
I know, and it's a UK brand. For those who don't know, at
yeah,
home, they're big in the UK.
yeah. There's also another brand that I've been trying some out recently. That's Canadian Detail Lab. I don't know. I guess you
Yeah,
probably would be more familiar with them. So tried a number of them out. But yeah, CarPro, Koshimi, PNS. We kind of there's a lot of good stuff out there. There's a lot of
yeah.
brands. and they keep coming out dozens by the day. It seems like um,
But is there like a product or two that you always go back to that you can tell us? Maybe one or two that you like. For myself, I'll always go to Armor Detail Pilot for my interior, like quick once over.
sure.
And for the wash process, I like to use the Clean by Pan shampoo.
Okay, yeah, I do like the clean stuff. I've been a big fan.
Yeah.
Well, maybe 4 or 5 of them, but the shampoo is good. Yeah, I'd say. I got it back here. Yeah. The Gentle Snow Foam or the GFX. This is probably like my go-to for both my clients and myself. So this is the Christmas one, but the normal Gentle Snow Foam is my go-to.
So
And then my other one that I probably use for a lot of stuff, CarPro Pearl. This would probably be another big one. So I'm going to be using it for my tire dressing, engine bays, things like that. So it's another go-to for sure.
the plastic trims for quickly do the trims, right?
Yeah, I like it as a tire dressing and trims and things like that. Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to? So you mentioned that you've been to the Oshemi experience.
Yeah.
Is it in Georgia?
It was, yeah, at the Atlanta Motorsports Park. It's like this private racetrack complex. Diego Bressler is the North American trainer, really, really knowledgeable guy. So yeah, I did that back in August of this year.
There's like a racetrack, and is that a yearly thing?
Actually, it's a monthly thing.
Okay.
I'm pretty certain. If I'm not wrong, I believe they're doing this coming months in California. I think Josh V is going to be kind of part of that. If you're familiar with him, another YouTuber.
Yeah, sure. So they invite like a content creator every training. Is that?
I don't know if that's a thing, but it has been the last couple ones. I know he's been involved. There's a number of I can't think of those guys. Ferreira, I think, detailing that's out there. Vegas, kind of toward that way. Yeah.
Okay.
There's been a couple of guys they've been pulling, but I think normally it's just a training. But it's definitely growing and evolving for sure.
And how far are they going? Maybe is there like a level to their trainings, or it's like a general introduction to detailing?
So that one was. I think they have aspirations of having a leveled training to where if you've been to the first one, then you can do level 2, and maybe they'll get more depth. As is, it's a 2-day training, so it does go pretty quick. It's kind of an overview of the products mostly on the first day, and then day 2 you get kind of deeper into paint correction and stuff like that.
Okay. So it's a paid training, a paid event.
It is a paid training, correct?
Okay. That's cool. And did you get to race? I don't know. They have Porsche over there. Did you get to race one?
To race a GT3 RS or anything, but they did have some kart cars, and you got to race those, and that was actually pretty fun. I think they go like 65 or 70, so it was pretty fast for a go-kart.
Okay. So I want to go back to the long form content that you want to get into. I'm curious about what you want to do precisely. Do you want to go like product reviews, or is there something specific that you have in mind?
I definitely want to do some product reviews and do some kind of more expounded versions of what I'm already doing on Instagram. But I have a podcast in the works with Geeky Detail Reviews, Steve, who's in the UK. And so we're going to be doing a little bit of a UK versus US detailing podcast. And also, like I was telling you earlier, there's a number of companies that I've been working with and collaborating, and I'd like to do, we're going to be doing some behind the scenes, and be going to their locations, doing some training with them, kind of giving an in-depth look at trainings that other people can take part of, maybe take a look at their warehouse and where the products come from. And so just give people a look at stuff they might not normally be able to see. So I'm really excited about that and kind of working the calendar out currently for the year.
That's cool. So that'll be interesting for the audience to see like a different aspect of detailing brands. That's
yeah,
cool.
Absolutely. And be able to actually go, to their headquarters and show guys what it looks like there and wherever they are. What are your so when you're planning out your YouTube channel and your content for the year, do you try to sit down and yeah, it's a loaded question, right?
Yeah.
I just sat down and tried to do a 3-month content like block and try to put dots on the days I was going to post and
Well, I'd like to get organized like this. Maybe at some point I will have to do that, but right now it's been just like my mind is always turning around and trying to find an idea. It's never been a problem. So like I'm always looking 2 to 3 weeks in advance. So I'm starting to get the idea kind of creation in my head, and then in some of my free time, I like develop how I want to do it. And when I get the free time, I sit down and I write. Maybe not a full script, but I'll write definitely an intro,
okay.
because as you know, the intro is super critical in YouTube. Like the first 30 seconds for your average view duration and all that, all of those statistics. And I put a lot of focus on that first 30 seconds. Maybe not earlier in my journey, but now for me it's yeah, gotta have, like we're speaking about the editing aspect of the YouTube stuff.
Mhm.
Like if I can put maybe a third of my time in the intro, that's what I'm gonna do. And you'll see, maybe if you watch my, not this week, so, and then to next week I went a step above. Yeah. So I
Okay.
want to really focus on that.
Making it a little, yeah, a little better.
Yeah, I realized that if people don't click and if they don't watch the first 30 seconds, they don't count as a view.
Really? So if the retention's not at least 30 seconds, it doesn't count.
It doesn't count at all. So you need to get the, so if you study, well, I'm repeating myself because I've been talking with other guys in the past few weeks, but I've studied YouTube science quite a bit. And for me, it's the packaging of your video is super critical.
Yeah, yeah.
So the packaging means your thumbnail, first 30 seconds, the intro, obviously the title. So you need to get that right for the video to be successful. And if this part is not successful and you invested like 20, 30 hours in a video, all that work goes to the garbage, essentially. So for me, so like I said, I'm going 2 or 3 weeks at a time. And sometimes I'll batch record.
Because you're doing how many videos a week?
One.
You do one, okay.
Not only one, but I used to do, like I'll film one a week at least. But if I have extra time and I can get like maybe roll another one, I was doing it.
Okay.
But I didn't see any much more success with that. Like Pan.
Because like Pan says he does twice a week, and that works.
Pan, Josh V does twice a week, if I'm not mistaken. There's a couple top guys, but they're doing full time. I'm not doing it full time. So some people have, like DIY Detail do 2 a week, but there's like 3 to 4 people behind that full time.
Yeah.
So that's a whole different animal.
And things like that. So I mean, that's
yeah. So at first you want to do quantity. You want to do a lot of quantity to get the reps in, because like they say, your first 100 videos are gonna probably suck. Like I'm looking back at my even my last video, I recorded it in November and I can't watch it.
Right. I'm the same way. I go back just a couple weeks and I'm like, what was I even thinking?
Yeah. So the reps you need to do the reps at first. And now I feel like I mastered some of the aspects of not the detailing, of the video creation. Yeah. So now I want to focus on the quality. So I want to have a banger each week. So brands. What? Excuse me.
No, go ahead.
No. I want to hear what you had to say.
I was going to say that's why I am happy I was able to put so much focus into Instagram over the last year, or really since March. So I mean, I think I've done 140 or 100 videos since March, 100 reels. So because I was trying to do 3 to 5 a week. So most weeks I was averaged 5 a week basically since I started. So that's helped. You just like you're talking the reps.
Yeah. And it's better to start with short form. I started with the short form as well, but I deleted most of my shorts because, well, that's something that you can maybe think about and maybe talk with Steve. But From what I understood, if you want to start, if you want to do shorts and long form, it's better to do them on separate channels.
Yeah, there's some camps have thought on both. Some people say it could hurt, it could not. The way I saw it, I was going to wait until January 1st to start putting things on my YouTube. But I just decided the end of November to just like put all my Instagrams daily as shorts. So we'll see if it ends up hurting. I mean, it's gotten me like right at like 50 subs in the last month just from passively just putting my,
Mhm.
duplicate stuff on there.
You
So
already had the videos.
yeah, so there's at least something on the page and I'm not staring at a blank, YouTube channel, come the beginning of the year. So we'll see, and hopefully it doesn't hurt. But I have heard that some people say no, keep it separate, and then it could be an extrapolation of a video, a longer form video.
Yeah, that's good. So the thing is that, let's say your shorts are like your fast detail shots of your, like the Bronco, or maybe not, of the Porsche, like fast pace detailing, and then your long form is like talking heads. So the audience that you attract with your shorts, they're not the same audience for the talking heads video or the long form details. So I think that's the mindset behind that thought.
Yeah.
And at some point, if your regular viewers, they don't watch your new video, it sends, like, the algorithm doesn't like it. So if your regular viewer don't watch, they're not going to push it to the next circle of audience. So this is what I figured, and so eventually I deleted all my shorts, other than the two big ones. I have two that are still running after a year, like
Oh wow.
many thousand views every 2 days.
So if you have something that just didn't do well, you just take it off.
Yeah, so I kept only two, but I think I had over 60, almost 60.
Okay.
Like the first time I started YouTube, there might be my long form that were not my long form videos. Maybe I had two. They were not getting any traction. So I said, heck, I'm gonna try the short videos. And I did like a 30-day challenge, one short per day.
Yeah.
And it worked. It worked real good.
Really? How many
Yeah.
subscribers do you get from that?
Uh, but at that point, maybe a couple hundreds.
Okay.
But
Wow.
for now, if you look at my two big shorts, they have millions of views. I think they got like,
Was that you that did the Dawn soap?
I did the down soap on the wheel, on the black wheel.
That's interesting that I saw you use that, is because growing up, like I said, like when we first started detailing in the late 80s, early 90s, that's what we used a lot of the time was Dawn soap. So I
Yeah,
think it's funny that people joke about that because I mean, it was a real thing for a lot of people for a long time.
yeah, I was curious about it. So this is what I usually do in my videos. I'm curious about something. I heard something. I saw something. So I'm gonna try it for myself. I'm gonna pull the tripods, plug the cameras in, and let's do it together. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
So the
No.
down the down works. So I never use down. I don't think I used down before, but I always use like car soap, or at least like a Meguiar's Gold Class from the local store.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I did a couple of long form videos now with Dawn. I think three now.
Really? Did
Yeah,
they do well as well?
the
No.
the my first one blew up like 2 months after I posted it, and it was in March, and now it almost to a million views, and it's a 18 minutes video. So that one worked really good, and I posted one 2 weeks ago, Dawn versus vinegar versus wheel acid, and Adam's, like, I called it the pro wheel cleaner. So that was the idea on really trash wheels,
Okay.
and that one blew up as well. Now it not blew up as much as the other one, but it's still going strong. After like 3 weeks, it got over 100,000 views.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so those are good. They bring some revenue, and for me, it allows me to go further than just the products that everybody does, right? So those at first were nice, like doing like I don't know, like doing the usual brand review or the product reviews. But after a while, they get boring, and even for the audience. So,
Yeah.
so so this summer I was like posting a single product review. Like, I don't know, an interesting product, but it doesn't get any traction. You get 1,000 views, and like there are three other guys that did it before me. So if you're first at the product, like there's some guys that will be first always, but I can't be first. I live in Canada, so we get the product quite quite quickly, but maybe not as fast as you guys in the US. So I
Ye-
can't be the first. So now I have to figure out what works for me. So what worked for me is comparing 3 to 4 products at a time.
Okay. And well, it's likely to, even if you were first or almost first, you're still not going to probably get the views or the visibility that someone with 1 million subscribers is going to, don't you think that they probably push?
Yeah, but if you're small, that's gonna help. That's gonna give you exposure because of the curiosity aspect.
Sure.
That like when Carpo released a new wheel cleaner. So
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
was I could not even the product was like it was on the Carzilla website, but I could not even buy it at that time. And there was already like 1 or 2 video rolling on YouTube. So I was like, oh, I'm already third, fourth, so there's no point for me to rush things out. If you rush those things, their view is not going to be as good quality, in my opinion.
Yeah. Although I see lots stuff with mistakes and things that should be edited that get a lot of views.
Yeah,
So because we were talking about like spending a lot of time editing and stuff. Sometimes I'm wondering if that even matters with the long form. Um,
well, for me, I do because you need like
I mean,
you
not
need
that
you
it's
need
not edited at all, but you know what I mean. But like flashy stuff, things, it seems like it's not as necessary in YouTube for sure.
it is it. I don't think it is, but it adds to the engagement factor because
Okay.
you'll see most of the guys that we know on YouTube in the detailing niche, their videos are pretty slow paced. And I don't think that's what the majority of people are looking for. So that's why myself, I look into the stuff. I try to use more B-roll, try to be more creative with my editing. I think I'm one of the guy that put most of the time behind his edits, but I could be wrong, but
Yeah.
that's from my point of view.
No, I'll agree. And that's what I was saying earlier with it. I feel like there's a lot of things that can be capitalized in this niche that they're doing in other niches that are not. Like if you watch people in tech or in people just even in straight automotive,
Hmm.
like they're next level, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. If you, especially, yeah, like in tech, that's a good example. Those videos are top notch. The lighting, everything is well thought, and this is what I'm trying to bring in my videos. Because if you look at those tech videos, you need an unfair advantage, and I don't think that I have anything to that it is so unfair. So I try to be different in my own way, and I think the editing factor is music like the ambience, and then the packaging.
Well,
That's
it's
so
equally controllable for basically no extra cost except your time. You know,
yeah, and it seems like it's working. So
Clearly.
yeah, and you gotta when you create your video, that's part of the creation. It's being creative with the edit, and
Mhm.
for me, it's important. You gotta like your video yourself before expecting someone else to like it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it makes it more fun too, just to create it.
Yeah, sure, exactly. And if you want people to be engaged and watch it for the most part, because you'll see. I don't know if you tried 1 or 2 videos, the long form yet.
I have 3 long forms on there.
Okay. So the average view duration is pretty disappointing most of the time.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, if it's not, none of
Yeah, a
them are
couple minutes.
none of them are I
Yeah.
wanna.
So, but sometimes after you've posted many videos, you'll see some videos are gonna do much better than others. So this is how you try to figure out what worked or what did not work.
So you do more of those, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's just the like I said, is sometimes it's just the idea. Like product reviews, they work, but there's so many of those now. You gotta try to find a way that you're gonna engage people, and sometimes it can be yourself, like the person behind the camera.
Yeah. I guess you never know
Yeah,
unless
like Pan the organizer is really good communicator.
Yeah,
So people, they, I don't know, they click and it just him talking. It's a compelling fact to watch the whole video.
sure.
But
He's very likable and relatable, and I think it just, yeah, like you said, it connects to a lot of people.
yeah, and other creator, they need to find something else, or and just you improve as well over time and gotta
Mhm.
improve.
Yeah. Oh, always.
I want to go back to your giveaways. So you're one of the few that do a lot of giveaways. So how do you come about with them?
So some of them, the companies reach out to me and ask me if I will do a giveaway. Um, I guess they probably evolved from me featuring products. Um, it seems like the companies really like talking head stuff where you're in front, talking about the product. But I did the one for the rag company when I got started with their Grand Ambassador program. That seemed to kind of help springboard into some others. And yeah, recently did one for MTM Veloci, and so that went really well. Um, and I've got a number of them actually in the works for the spring. So yeah, it definitely, I think, helps everybody. It's good for engagement for me, for the company. Um, I'm always down for those.
Do they have to, like, does it bring new, like, new viewers to the brand?
Yeah, it's definitely seeming to. Because most contests, you have them follow you and follow the company, and so I definitely see a large increase every time I do those. You get a lot of views, and as the products have kind of changed and evolved, it's definitely added followers for sure.
Okay, so it grows, it works for both of you.
Mhm.
That's cool. That's cool. And what do they have? They just have to follow and like leave a comment, and that's it.
Yeah, like some of them initially, I was coming up with the parameters, but they're all pretty consistent. I think the last couple ones I did, the company actually had some specific verbiage they wanted in the ad or the post, and then they had some requirements. But it's typically that they're within the U.S. They follow us and tag some friends and stuff like that. Just basically add some engagement for us and the company.
That's cool. That's cool.
You
Uh,
haven't doing any product giveaways or
no,
anything?
no, I never got involved with those. Yeah,
Oh,
no. I was told early on those are they can't maybe not they are because I haven't done them, but they can be complicated for the
okay.
shipping and but on yours it seems like the brand takes care of the shipping and the work and the behind the scenes.
Yes. So for the ones that I've at least participated in, the brands take care of contacting the winner and sending them the product and all that stuff. So they'll send me a product to feature, to unbox or create a video for, and then they'll send theirs to the winner.
Yeah, that's good. That's the I think that's what I heard. If you do that by yourself, that gets problematic sometimes with the shipping, your own address.
Oh, I didn't even think.
Yeah,
Yeah, and yeah, and shipping can get expensive depending on what you're shipping. So
yeah. Okay, that's good. I was going to.
would have my address on there. I was
Yeah,
if
you
I
gotta be careful with the.
so yeah, I didn't think about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sometimes think about that when people are filming details and they show customers' license plates. I've always kind of been against doing that. Do you have any
I don't
thoughts on?
know. I think it's overblown.
You think it's not a big deal? It's
I
not.
think people paranoid about that.
Probably so.
I don't think you can find someone's address with a license plate unless you're in the police or. But it's illegal.
Oh yeah, yeah, true. And probably at that point, it's yeah.
I've seen once on the channel Donut.
Yeah, oh yeah. I watch a lot of
They
doing it.
they tried that.
Oh, they
Like
tried to find out the person's address with this license plate.
yeah, there's a millions of websites that advertise that they have like a search engine for that.
But
And
it's probably illegal.
even if they paid because it's a paid thing,
Mhm.
it seems like it never really worked.
It's probably a phishing scam to get your information or something like that. But
But you're right. out of respect, I don't show license plates myself.
Yeah, but you might be right. It's probably an overhyped like thing. You can't like really
I've shown my wife's license plates a couple times.
because I know they make the covers, that will magnetize. Thought about getting those.
Yeah, I could not find those.
You can't find those?
Well, maybe they have maybe you can find them, but
Yeah. But you can get
the
them
other
with
day
your
I was
you can get like your brand on it and just like cover it so that it's got like your logo.
yeah, that's what I wanted to do, but I found some with screws, but not the magnetic.
Oh, next time I see it, because it used to always pop up on my feed as like a sponsored ad.
Well, if you find that,
Yeah,
send me a message.
I'll send it to you. Absolutely.
Because with the screws and all that, it takes forever, and
Oh no, I would never. Yeah,
you can even scratch the paint with the like dropping the license plate or a screw or.
I guess you could. I don't. I've never taken the only license plate I've ever taken off a vehicle is my own. And well, no, that's not true. I have on some ceramic details or ceramic coatings rather.
Sometimes I'll remove mine for a video when I want to show the back of the car. I'll remove mine, and yeah,
But
when you what's
go
that?
ahead. No, I was saying, but I don't typically just remove it just to do a detail unless I find.
No, 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 no. Well, maybe for a ceramic coating, yes. Like
Yeah,
you,
but like not a detail.
no, it takes too long.
No man, I enjoy
You,
getting because I've been wanting to catch up with you. You've been doing big things. Love getting to see the video you did with Pan recently. That was pretty cool.
thank you, thank you. It's an old one actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's from May.
Okay,
Yeah,
but they just released it, I guess.
yeah. So he came here in May, and we did like the main thing. The main reason he came, it's for another video that we already posted on his channel.
Okay.
Yeah, it was about like paint correction, but my face was not on a thumbnail, so maybe a lot of people missed it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah, it was posted maybe in June, and it was about like a all-in-one versus a one-step versus a two-step.
Okay.
It's on a black BMW, and on the thumbnail there's like squares. Well, I'll send the link to you after
Yeah.
this.
What products were you using?
It was Rupes, Protect,
Uh-huh.
and one step was Koshemi. Because we're in the podcast, I forgot the name, but it's Koshemi. What's it called? F6.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that right. Oh, P6. You talking about this?
And that one is P6 with protection.
Yeah.
It's like a seal.
Oh,
The one,
F6. The fine cut.
yeah, fine cut, yeah. So that's like my number one step, and I forgot the name because of the podcast. But yeah, the two step was the Last Cut Plus for the cut, and the finish was with Sonak's Perfect Finish.
Okay. Have you tried any of Zvisor's compounds?
No, not yet. Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, big fan. I tried them out the first time last week. Very good.
Mm-hmm. Did you use the pad as well, or just the polishes?
That's in their compounds. Yeah. So their stuff's all well, except for one is all a one step. So they said they were inspired by some of the German auto manufacturers. They basically would polish the vehicles with this one step that would come out just like perfect. And so it's a diminishing compound, that basically does buff it to a high gloss at the end. But all their stuff from their heavy to their micro is all one step. And I used a heavy cut with a heavy pad, and it one stepped.
And what paint?
I was really impressed.
And what paint was that?
It was their pink pad, their heavy cut pad, and their
No, I meant what paint?
a
What
black
car?
GM black.
Oh yeah, it finished good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But aren't
GM
those super soft?
truck. What?
Aren't those super soft?
It can be. This is an older truck, but it polished it well. So I mean, with that said, I definitely need to do some more experimenting, and my girl's getting her AMG back from the shop next week, so I'm gonna polish that and coat it, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah,
What kind of car is it?
Mercedes AMG.
Okay, like a
Black. Oh, it's a black. The SUV, the smaller SUV. I can't think of what it's called. The
GLC 43, GLC 63.
That guy. Yeah. So
Okay.
she has one of those. Had to get some work done on it. Come back from the body shop. So once that comes back, I'm gonna check it out and try it on that guy and see how it does on some German paint.
Yeah, they're fun to work with those.
Yeah, yeah. So Coach Shimmy's been my go-to with the compounds and polishes before, but at first try, it worked pretty well.
You do a lot of polishing or mostly like maintenance? Oh yeah. Yeah. So Svisa. It depends how you pronounce it, but it's from Germany. It's popular in the UK. I've heard the brand on Forensic Detail channel,
Yeah.
so I've heard him talk about it. But I don't know. Eddie is the first. The House of Rags are the first to bring it here. Did you get it
So
to
I've
them?
did a bit with the some of their head guys, and they supposedly they make pads for 95% of the other companies. So they were originally like just a foam company, and so they've started more and more making their own stuff. But they before just made it for everybody else. Their thermo pads are supposedly their own kind of proprietary thing that they only sell. No one else sells that, but yeah. So I was like, they had my attention. They wouldn't tell me who, but supposedly a lot of the big names, they hinted at were all using their foam.
But do they have like a headquarter in the US or?
They do, which is I think is in Florida and maybe Clearwater. Their training is in headquarters is in Spain, which is actually where I might be going to do a bit of a behind the scenes in maybe March.
Really?
Yeah, they want to
That's cool.
send me out there, so I'm looking forward to it. And so that's what I want to do. Hopefully, more of is pick a place once a month, and go there and tour their facilities, maybe demo their training, and just kind of show something like because not everybody can go to Spain or to England to see Geist or to wherever. So I'd love to go to Germany to visit Koshimi, and stuff like that. So,
That's super cool.
but we'll see. We'll see. These are ideas and plans.
Yeah, they're big projects.
See how it comes to fruition. But if you don't dream big, think big, you're not going to do it. So,
Yeah, you gotta aim high, right?
mhm.
And but the foam pad thing, I've heard the same thing from Scholl Concept. You know the brand Scholl?
I'm not. So they've said that they make a lot of the pads as well.
Yeah, I was told they make pads for most of the European brands, but like this brand doesn't do a lot of marketing, so apparently they mostly not relayable, but they produce compounds and polishes and pads for major brands. But it's hard to find the truth. You hear different things from different people.
Yeah, yeah. Especially when they won't tell you exactly who.
Yeah, but well, it's probably under like some type of contract.
Sure, there's some
But
NDAs.
yeah, but Svisa is Germany brand, right?
They're German.
Okay. But they're recently just placed an order for 4 new one step because I've done a one step video and it got quite successful for my channel, and people were asking about other products. So in that one, that was gold standard polished by the hour detail, a pan clean one step. I had F6, and what was the last one? Rupes yellow,
Yeah,
DA
yeah.
fine.
Sure, yeah. That was definitely used the Rupes stuff for a while.
Yeah, so I got 4 more for our next video. Maybe I'm not sure I'm gonna introduce the 4 at the same time, but it's the PNS rehab.
Yeah, yeah. That actually works pretty decent. I've got a couple of those.
Yes, I was told the PNS was acquired by the big brand over 3D, and
Mhm.
people are saying they're the same product. So I'm gonna find out.
It could be. I haven't tried 3Ds, so I would be curious to compare the two and see if it's the same. But
Yeah,
that
but,
surprised me. Their rehab, what is it? This stuff, the correction.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. What
3 bottles. Haven't even tried.
you have 3 bottles?
I have 2 small ones and 1 big one. Yeah, I got sent those by some from PNS and some from Rag Company.
Oh, that's cool. So I ordered that with. Well, I already have 3D1,
Okay.
and I'll be bringing Menzerna cut force.
Okay.
That's
Haven't tried.
That's their new flagship compound.
Okay.
Supposedly, like the biggest thing. Is super expensive. It
How much?
was 45 bucks for 8 ounces, but it's Canadian dollar, but still.
Oh, I don't
It's
even
like
know. I don't even know what the exchange rate is.
maybe like, I don't know, 37, 35 bucks US
Okay.
for only 8 ounces. It's a tiny bottle.
Oh, the little one. Okay. Well, shoot.
The big one was over 100 bucks Canadian, so maybe like 90 US.
Must be good.
Yeah, and what was the last one? Oberg Sol. I grabbed a bottle of Oberg Sol, and I grabbed also the new Flex Rotary, 24 volt.
The cordless.
So big order.
Yeah, I actually wouldn't mind trying that one. I think Obsessed Garage didn't Matt Mormon just did a video on all his flex polishers yesterday.
Yeah, I watched it yesterday, but he didn't go and try the rotary.
I thought at the end he said he didn't like it, like the rotary. I kind of fast forwarded through some of it.
Yeah. He says that he's not a rotary guy. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like that type of machine.
Mhm.
But I watched it some of part of it yesterday as well. But he tried the 15 millimeter, and he says that it vibrates. He had tingling in his hands,
Mhm.
and the sound it did not sound good.
Hmm.
But Flex, I think they're good at rotary and force rotation.
Better for that than DA.
Yeah, and I've done my research about it. The rotary is quite light. It's powerful, and I watch a couple marine video about it.
Okay.
The guy would put it at like speed 1 and put his whole body weight on it. It won't stop. It won't stall.
Wow.
Yeah, even at speed 6. I don't know how many RPM that was, but he did that like on some type of test panel. You can look it up. The 24 volt flex rotary. There's not
Yeah.
many videos on it.
Do you feel the paint correction and content like that does well, or maybe even better than just typical detailing,
It's
washing?
difficult. I think it depends on how you package them, because I've done like 2 with nice cars, and they did not do very well. Maybe like 3 or 4 thousand views.
Yeah, because I was thinking like, as you get into more technical skills, you have less of a net, like less of a wide audience, you're more niche, more detailers and enthusiasts, but those people might watch more videos. I don't know, Or,
Yeah, that's what happens. Sometimes you'll get less traction, but more engaged, more relationship type of audience. Maybe
some
those are,
will watch the whole video and subscribe from it or something,
yeah, and maybe support you in the long run.
Mhm.
Because like my viral video, they didn't bring that many subscribers, and they're not the subscribers that are gonna watch all my weekly videos.
So you feel like even from when you got a million views on the video, you didn't wake up and all of a sudden your subscribers jumped
Well,
1,000 or something?
over time, that one brought maybe like 2,000 subs.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just like the numbers, right? The ratio views for subscribers, if you do the math, is not all that great. But I think like, and a video that did well was the soap video.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that one, like,
make a Dawn soap video is what you're saying.
no, like the the one that did well was the best, the what I called the best car wash soap.
Oh, where you did pans and the other.
No, I did not have pan at that time. It was like DIY Detail, Koshemi. It was like 4 soaps,
Yeah.
and that one did like 20,000 views. Now it has a little bit more than that, and that one like brought like, I don't know, like over 300 subs. So that the ratio is better, but I don't know. I feel like if you go too wide, you you don't bring the right audience. If you go like too narrow, you bring too little. I feel like there's a well balance in the middle.
Mhm.
But I heard at first, if you, when starting up, it's better to go more narrow, And as you get better with your communication and your video, then you can go wide and reach more people. But you might let your your first supporters down because you're like, if you go wide in detailing, you're gonna go after the beginners, right? I guess that's where
You're like,
that's
what to buy to get started. Is that like that what you're saying? Like very wide, like,
I guess so. I'm not sure. I want to start to go a little bit wider now after on my second year.
because like Pan does a lot of that. I mean, like how to do it, a two bucket method, or I mean, I know I've seen videos of that like further back on his channel, and I'm sure those do well.
I think he used to do really wide type of videos, especially like a few years ago.
Mhm.
But he does a little bit of everything. So
Yeah.
I don't know. People that every people know how to do a car wash, but if you package it right, it can work, in my opinion.
Mhm. If you can make it engaging and interesting.
Yeah, like how to wash your car in the most OCD way, instead of just how to wash your car. You get the right thumbnail and the right intro, and don't drag the video too long for no reason. And I think that would work for me, at least.
And I've been seeing this now. Of course, I haven't tried it on the YouTube videos yet, but they say instead of saying how to, because no one cares how to, but they care how I. So they said like how I clean my wheel, or how I detail this, or how I remove. So, anyways, they say to exchange the word to with I, and that people will care more.
It depends on the creator.
Right. But I don't know. They're just saying like algorithm wise, like spread. These are not detailing niches, but yeah.
Yeah, but I know what you mean. But I think the how to goes back to the search, the YouTube search views.
Mhm.
So you can do video for search space, or like browse.
Oh, for sure. They were just saying you'll get better clicks, I guess, as they click through. Um,
No. What I'm saying is, like, when
you'll
you post a video, you have browse and home views.
Mhm,
So those are the two that generates more views in general.
mhm,
And you have like search based views, and searches does not do as well, in my opinion.
mhm,
But if you title it right, it can work. That's why I think people, they used to use a lot of how to wash your car.
mhm.
But I think if you have more like a curiosity and maybe fear, or like desire in your title, but still having like
Well, definitely
clarity.
is always going to work more, right? Like never do these three things,
Yeah.
or
But you gotta deliver on that,
yeah, then it
right?
should. Yeah, otherwise it's just clickbait for sure.
It's not my style, but sometimes I'll just add like a word or two, like just to pique the curiosity of people. That works really good. Well, that's cool, Eric. I think it's a good time to end this, my friend.
Sounds great, Frank.
Uh, where can people reach you?
So you can find me at Charleston Detail on Instagram and charlestondetail.com. Also on YouTube at Charleston Detail. So definitely go check that out.
Yeah, we'll definitely plug your YouTube channel. So I wish you the best, and we'll keep in touch.
Please do,
And I
man.
can't wait to see your long form. I know it's gonna be good.
Absolutely, man. I'd love to collaborate and do some more work together.
Cool, man.